we should be live, so welcome in. We are doing another crochet stream today, and I'm gonna be crocheting some Yodas. If you don't know, Yoda is from Star Wars, and I'm gonna do two in acrylic yarn to start with. And if we get to it, I might do some bigger ones, but for right now, we're just gonna stick with acrylic yarn. Um, and yeah, so. If anyone has any questions throughout the live, feel free to leave them in the chat. I will get to them as soon as I can. And yeah, I think without further ado, can probably just get started. Um, this pattern that I'm using is, I'm not sure who it's by. Hi Zane. But we are just gonna start, I guess. So we're gonna start with green. You do have to sew the ears on in this pattern, but that's okay. I don't really mind doing that. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of hang out. Like I said, if anyone has questions, feel free to leave them in the chat, and I will try to answer them. So yeah, this is my first weekend stream. Unfortunately, my school does start again on Monday, so I thought I would do a little stream today because I haven't streamed this week. And I would just kind of see how a weekend stream would be. It's also my first stream that's like later at night. So, it is currently 6:45 here, or about-ish. Um, so yeah, this is definitely the latest stream I've done. Normally I stream at like 12:30-ish, my time. But yeah, I just decided like halfway through the day. Like I decided maybe 2 hours ago that I was gonna stream. Um, and yeah, I'm just trying things out, seeing how it'll work. And yeah, I'm hoping to stream at least once a week, unless I have like an extra busy week, but it all just kind of depends week by week. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. And if there's any issues with the video or the audio, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna cut the tail part of it. Oops, where did that go? Here it is. Wasn't paying attention enough. I think I'm gonna stream for like 2 hours today, unless, I finish something quicker or I want to go for longer, but it'll probably be around 2 hours, or less, probably. I probably won't go much longer than 2 hours, but it all just kind of depends. I honestly don't really know how long Baby Yodas take me, so I guess we'll just kind of find out, I guess. These are pretty popular at my in-person markets, so if you're looking for something else to make, this would be something. I can look for the pattern if anyone is interested. I don't have it up right now. I just have it like written down next to me. I don't have the actual like official pattern of it right now. But I can pull it up if anyone is interested in it. And if you're watching this afterwards, type in the comments and I can get you that pattern because it is a good one. There is a little tiny bit of sewing, but it's super easy sewing. I really hate sewing, but the sewing in this pattern is really easy. So it's not really anything to scare you away. And that sewing is the ears. I feel like I said that, but in case I didn't, it's the ears. And I mean, maybe you could crochet it in as you go, but it would just be like a little bit difficult to try and figure that out. But theoretically, you probably could do it. It's just easier if I follow the pattern. And I just sew it. Here is our head. It's looking a little like pointy, but don't worry. It'll be better once we stuff it usually. Just a little bit of a trust the process moment. And now we are going to do some repeat rows. So let me grab my little poppet. And actually, it matches the theme for today. I did not do that on purpose. I still haven't washed my other one, like I said I was going to right after the stream. So we're using this one as a replacement. And if you haven't seen me use a poppet before for my crochet, basically, um, I will use this to count repeat rounds. So for this one, I have 5, 6, and 7 that I need to, actually, I don't know why I did that. I have 3 rounds that I have that are all just single crochets the whole round. So for that, I will pop everything except 3, and then as I complete those, I will pop it. So if I complete a round, I pop it, and then the next one, boom, third one, boom, and then you know you're done. Now, obviously, still have some left because those are the ones I actually need, but that is just a little tip for you guys. Like if you're multitasking like me, I usually will watch videos or streams while I'm crocheting. So, or in this case, I am streaming while I'm crocheting. So it just helps me. Hi, CJ. CJ, are you gonna play Goblin Craft tonight or no? Maybe CJ left. Okay, that's fair enough. I knew what you meant. And then we finished one row, so we can do one bubble. I'm also gonna turn this light a little bit brighter. Let me just check something real quick. Sorry about that. Um, we're on to the second one. These are pretty quick to make. And then I don't have like the exact brown that I wish I had. But I have like this lighter brown, so I think it'll be fine. I wish I had a little bit of a darker brown, but I will get one next time I go to the store, which might be tomorrow actually. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's get this out of the way for now. My yarn's getting all tangled up. Alright, thanks for the luck. I shouldn't need it, but I guess I might. Bye. Alright, that is the second row. And now we just have one more before we switch to brown. I'm gonna turn on my fan real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Whenever I stream, it just gets hot in here, and I don't really know why, but actually it's probably this light. I probably said that last stream too, I'll be real. I tend to repeat myself a lot by accident because I just don't remember that I said it the first time. I will have to grab safety eyes in a couple of rounds, but I can do that in a minute. Unless I want to embroider it, but I don't think I do. I could do, I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to that, because I can't decide. Because if we do the horizontal, like, embroidered eyes, it could look like a little sleepy Yoda. But if we do the safety eyes, it also just looks good. Like, I've already done that before. I know it looks good. That's our third round, by the way. So now we switch to brown. But yeah, I don't know what kind of eyes we should do. But that's a problem for later. And by later, I mean in a few minutes, probably. My yarn is like, where is it, bro? Can't find the end. There we go. It's all tangled. I don't know what happened to this brown yarn, but it's causing me issues here. There we go. And now I have to find the end again. Oh my gosh. I did this to myself. Okay. There we go. Let me turn my phone on Do Not Disturb because I did not do that. Alright, we're good now. The stream looks really delayed on my end, so I apologize if that is the case, but let me know if anything like quality wise is bad. Just let me know and I can try to fix it, but no promises. And now we can do the arms. So here is one arm. Sorry, that's my notifications. Oh my gosh. Sorry, let me turn that off. There. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here is the other arm. I'm making these for my market. I do a weekly farmers market, and I only have one of these left, so I want to have a few extras, just so that I don't have to make them for another, few months or whatever, however long it takes to sell 3 of them. Um, so yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, and now we're doing one more round. Let me cut this and then tie the ends. Cut that, and then I'll tie these. They shouldn't come apart, but just to be safe. And then I will cut that. Okay, and now we continue. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Or if you just want to talk about something, feel free to leave that in the chat as well. We are almost done, actually, surprisingly. So, well, besides the ears. I feel like it's thunderstorming outside. It is. I didn't know it was supposed to rain. Well, hopefully you can't hear it. And if you can, I can't really control the rain. So, you'll just have to deal with it. But it shouldn't be loud enough that my mic will pick it up. And in this one, if you don't know what this means, don't worry about it, but we're doing half double crochets instead of single crochets so that we have a third loop to work into. So if you don't know what any of that means, you can't just look it up, but I am gonna make a like crochet beginner, like basic stitches type video very soon. I'm not quite sure when it will come out. I'm hoping for like maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully within the next month, basically. Because I'm not super sure what or how many videos I'm going to be able to get out of Minecraft in the next week. Um, so we will just have to kind of find out. I have one Minecraft video that just needs to be edited, but I've been putting off editing. I've also been watching Mid-Off's season 4 all day today, so there's also that. But and we are almost done with this round, which means we will start going in and making the bottom. So, yeah, pretty cute. And I just realized that I completely skipped a round. So now we actually have to redo all this. So that's great. Maybe I did need that good luck that CJ left me with. Maybe I did need that. It's fine. Cause I looked cause I was trying to see when we made the collar, and there wasn't a spot to go back in to make the collar. So it's fine, it's fine. So we'll just start back here. This is the round that I missed right here. So you're supposed to go in here. I thought it was looking a little short. But you're supposed to go in here so that you can then go into these little ones and make the collar part. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. We were doing so good on time, too. That's sad, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Alright, we're almost done with this one, and then we can do the arms again, since we missed them the first time. It's fine. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're actually supposed to be doing. Alright. Let's move this out of the way for now. I'll just put it on my lap. I feel like the camera was slightly focusing on it a little bit, just because it actually does have a face, so hopefully this is a little bit better. I think we're not gonna do safety eyes for this one, but we might do them for the next one. I think that's how I'll do it. I'll just do one of each. Because otherwise I don't think I'd be able to decide. We are almost caught up to where we were. This is the last one we have to do, and then we are caught back up. And this is the fancy half double crochet. round so that we have the third loop to work into for the next round. Hopefully I can find the third loop because sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but we should hopefully be all right. Oops. I have a few other stream ideas. So you can let me know if you like these, but I want to do one stream soon that's like crocheting some minis because I have some chickens, a frog, and like a little sun, like that are like probably this big-ish, that I want to crochet, and I could do that as a live, I think. And then I also wanted to do like a crocheting birds live stream, where I make like an owl and a couple penguins, I think. So if you're interested in those, let me know. Um, but yeah, I wanna try and stream once a week. I think I already said that, but and obviously plans will change. Sometimes it might be after school on a weekday, or if I have like a long weekend or something, or a day off of school. Or it'll just be like on the weekend, and stuff like that. But this one's pretty much just like a little test stream, um, of a different day. So, all right. And now we have to go into the third loop, which finding can sometimes be difficult, but looks like we have it right here. Um, Good thing I looked because I was about to do it wrong. And by the way, if you can't see, let me know. We're almost done with this round, and after this round we will stuff, and then we'll start working on the ears. All right, now we have that. I'm gonna do this, and then we can stuff it. I'm just gonna put this like up here. I have no idea if you guys will be able to see that. I don't think so. Here, let me do this. Hello, Sophie Sassy Stitches. Welcome into the stream. We are just about to stuff our little baby Yoda without ears. Don't worry, we're gonna make him his ears soon. But yeah. Also, I apologize. I think the stream is a little bit delayed. So, um, if you're having that issue, don't worry. It's not your fault. It's mine. So I apologize about that. There's not really anything I can do, but just try to ignore it the best you can, I guess. Hopefully, at least the video and the audio are together, but who even knows? Okay. I think I want to do the next round before I continue stuffing. There's stuffing everywhere, but we're just gonna clean that up later. And then this is the last round, so then we really will stuff and then close it up. and then we'll do the ears. Okay. And now we really, like, actually stuff it. We can cut it first, though. I always leave tails that are, like, probably way too long, but it's fine. I don't want it to be, like, too squishy. I want it to be pretty solid. I feel like the brown yarn is slightly bigger than the green yarn because the body looks bigger than the head and it's not supposed to be. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just like ever so slightly bigger, but I think it'll be fine. I think it still needs more. But yeah, I don't think it's too big of a problem. Just a little bit annoying, but maybe even more. I don't know. This is the part that I kind of suck at, but it's fine. Okay, that's probably fine. And now we just close it up. Then we can weave it back through, and we are done with the body, or close enough anyway. My crochet business has been going pretty well. I've had, I think, one or two sales. I don't remember what day I streamed last week, but yeah, I didn't stream after my sale last week. So I had two sales. One of them went pretty well because I do my weekly farmers market. One of them went pretty well. The other was okay. I mean, I still made a decent amount, but not as good as the first one, but yeah, pretty good. I haven't gotten any more Etsy orders or anything, but yeah, it's been going good. Oh my gosh, I actually can't tie. I don't know why I'm actually struggling. There we go. Done. And now we do the ears. I think I'm dehydrated because I've been drinking a lot of water in the last like hour or two, but that's okay. Um, so for me, I haven't fully made my Etsy money back. I've only ever gotten one sale, but I think once your business starts actually getting views, because mine gets like one or two views a day, which isn't enough to find people really. But I think once your shop gets going, yes. But in the beginning, it can kind of feel like discouraging when you've had your shop open for months and you still don't have a sale. Um, but so for me personally, my shop still isn't worth it, but I think it will be in the future, I guess, if that makes sense. Or at least that's my hope. Um, so yeah. But I think that Etsy is a very good platform, especially if you're just starting out, because it advertises for you. You do have to pay a little bit, but it's really, really cheap. So it'll advertise for you, and it's just like a way that people can just kind of find your stuff randomly instead of having to type in your specific like website, I guess if that makes sense. It's just it does marketing for you basically is the main like benefit of Etsy, I guess I would say. But so yeah, I think Etsy is worth having. But it also just kind of depends person to person and what you're selling and how much like experience you have in selling, I guess. The ears are pretty quick to make, so shouldn't be too much longer at least. And obviously we have to make two of them. All right, and this will be the last round of the ears. I feel like this looks way smaller than when I did it before. Yeah, maybe I'm just used to doing it with the bigger yarn, I guess. Because it's right. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, so it's probably just a me issue, like just me looking at it. Because it is the right size. Yeah, that looks normal and fine and good. And now we will make the other one. The ears are pretty easy. There's not much to them. This is a free pattern, by the way, and if anyone wants it, I do not have the creator's name, but I can find it if you're interested in it. This does pretty well at my markets. They're decently popular, so. And I lost count, but I'm just gonna guess because it's close enough. Close enough. There we go. And then we can cut the tail again. Do like that. I don't want to cut it too short, but I don't want to leave it very long either because it's a little bit annoying. All right. Have any of you been like, it doesn't necessarily have to be crocheting, but like made anything recently, like any sort of like craft or anything? I don't know what you guys do, so let me know if you've done anything interesting lately. I would love to know. I am located in Michigan in the US. Um, and yeah, I'm in a very, very small town. So markets are a little bit difficult when you live in such a small town, but I make it work. I make it work. Ooh, a free clown pattern and some mini loaf kittens. That sounds fun. I don't think I've crocheted any loaf cats since my last live. I haven't actually crocheted much since my last live, I'll be honest. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately, um, which is also on my channel, if you're also interested in that. I don't know how much of my crochet audience is also my Minecraft audience, but I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. Um, and I'll be real, that's pretty much all I've done lately. I mean, I had a market yesterday, and I've still been crocheting, just not as much as I did, like, last week, I guess. Actually, no, like, the week before, honestly. But when you don't sell a whole ton every week, you don't really need to make a whole ton every week, so I'm not super worried about it. But yeah, and then here's our second ear. We can sew that on and then do the face embroidery. And then our first Baby Yoda will be done. Actually, I guess it could be a Baby Yoda or just Yoda, because they both, like, it's kind of up to personal interpretation, I guess. Oops, just smacked him, went spinning. But yeah, it technically could be either. I don't know what the pattern is actually written to be. I don't know which one it's supposed to be. But um where does it say to sew it? Oh wait, let me do the front loop brown yarn first actually. I almost forgot about that, and that is way easier if I do that before I do the ears than after. So we're gonna do that first. Good thing I was looking at the pattern. Ooh, a 3-day market. That sounds exciting. I don't even think I've done a 2-day market, to be honest with you. I've done like a market 2 days in a row, but it wasn't the same market. Um, and I have a market in September that is a 2-day market, but I'm only going for one of the days. So, but that sounds exciting. An October market sounds like fun, I guess. I for lack of better words. So hopefully that goes well for you. You have almost 3,000 worth of plushies. That is a lot. But yeah, I also pretty much just crochet when I feel like it. I never really force myself to crochet because then I just don't want to, and I'm just not like into it. But yeah, I agree with you. But that is quite a lot of plushies. But hopefully you sell all of them, although that's kind of unrealistic, but There we go. With the collar, the transition just is like pretty much hidden between the brown and the green, and it just looks so much better. And then I think we'll just do a little slip stitch to this first one, if I can get it. There we go. And then we will sew in our ends. You completely sold out last year. That is really, really good. Although, I mean, it does mean you don't have as much for the next days of it, but yeah, that is also a lot more inventory that you'll have this year, so hopefully that market is good for you. And then I will probably just tie them. I might like weave them around one stitch, but you don't really need to that much for this kind of thing. That's probably fine. Oops. I heard like one little bit of thunder earlier and nothing since then. That was probably like maybe maybe over half an hour ago. Because it was super early on in the live. I think it was like 12 minutes into the live or something like that. Although I don't exactly remember. Okay. And now we just cut that. Those are just scraps. And then I like to use a bigger yarn needle to tuck them in, just because it works easier for me, especially ones that have like this bigger back part instead of just like this little tiny thing. It's just easier. Okay. And now it sits pretty well because of the third loop, and I did not need to put that back because now I have to sew these on. If anyone has any questions or just wants to chat about anything, feel free to leave it in the chat. I try to answer everything I see, so don't be afraid. Where do I sew this? It doesn't even say where to sew it. I probably didn't write that down. That's probably my fault. We're just gonna sew it like right here. Yeah, that looks good. Like right, behind the arm. Yeah, it's all twisted up here. And we'll do it twice just so that it stays. It's like, oh my gosh, what happened? There we go. All right. Sorry if you can't see, by the way. I'm also low-key struggling to see it, so that's why it's a little bit off screen, maybe. I can't see because it's so delayed, but hopefully it's all good for you. I'm just going over a few of these stitches again just to make sure it's like really, really sewn on there. Don't want an ear falling off or anything. That did happen to one of the first ones I made. Luckily I still had it, but in my box, because I just keep them all in like a little cube thing, it was in there and I was doing inventory and it literally was like the ear was just kind of like hanging off. So I'm glad I caught it, but yeah, that was interesting. I clearly just didn't sew it on well enough. But I do not make that mistake again. And then we can sew on the second ear. And then we'll do like some little sleepy eyes, I think would look the best. If we do up and down eyes, like, I just don't think it'll look very good, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it just won't look like Yoda, I think, would be the issue. Which obviously we want it to look like Yoda, so not good, not good. I'm pretty sure I'm sewing this on a completely different way than I did the other one, but it's fine. I don't think anyone is gonna know or care. Or at least hopefully. Yeah, it still looks good. Alright. And then we can just tie it into the back part. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Right, and then we will cut it and then just tuck in this little knot here. Alright, let me just grab some black yarn for the eyes. Hold on, let me scoot up my chair a little bit. There we go. That should be better, I think. When I sit like that, it hurts my back, so gotta make sure my back doesn't hurt. Alright, I think we'll just do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Let's look. Do we want it here or here? No, I think the lower eyes just make more sense. So we'll just do like here. Sure, that works. And then I'd say like about here. And then we have to do it even on the other side, which should just be. We're gonna hope that this is even, but we might have to fix it. If I do that, that's gonna look weird. Move one stitch over. It's gonna look weird either way, I think, but oops, just hit my water glass. But I think that's, oh yeah, that'll look good. All right. And now we can tie it, and we will have enough black yarn to do the other one. Since this one looks really cute, I think I want to do the other one with embroidered eyes as well. Also, can you still hear me okay? I have no idea um how this sounds because I can't hear it myself. So let me know if you can still hear me fine, or if I need to talk a little bit louder, but this is what it looks like. I think it turned out really cute. So, um, and then I don't know if I want to make another one of these because it's basically like one more this stream. Okay, thank you, Sophie. Um, so it's one more Yoda this stream because that took me like a little under an hour. So it's either I make another one of these or I make it in the bigger size. And I think it could be fun to make it in the bigger size since I already made one of these. So I think I'll do that. I have this green, which is definitely not like Yoda green, but I think it's fine. So, except I don't know where my hook is for this yarn. That will be an issue. That will be an issue. Um, 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 um. Now we're just gonna stick to the smaller yarn because I don't know where my hook is, which that's not very good, but it's okay. And then we will need this again for um, the 3-row repeat. So just get that ready. I want to put this where you can see it. Where can you see it? Let's look. You can see it pretty well if I put it here. So we'll just do that. And then this can be like mostly off screen. I actually have no idea if that's actually mostly off screen or not. So good enough, good enough. Let me, now I got that green yarn out. It's tangled in everything else, but I'll deal with that later. Okay. I want to do the ears, because then I can just sew everything on right at the end. So let's make the other 2 ears first before we do the actual body. And because I have that pattern in my head right now, so we'll do that. Oops. I feel like it is raining outside, but it's hard to tell. But I'm pretty sure it is raining. All right, let's cut off our little tail here. Probably could have cut off more, but good enough. All right, we just have 2 more stitches of this ear, or 2 more stitches, 2 more rounds of this ear. And then we'll do the other one. All right, last one. All right, there is our first ear. I'm gonna hope that's enough. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. I was gonna say something, but then I forgot. Oh, they look so tiny before you actually sew them on. They just look bigger when they're on the actual thing. They're not. They just do. They just look like it, you know? Okay. Next one. One, two, three, four, five, six. I ordered a resin crochet hook from hold on, let me think. Let's cut this tail. Hooks and glitter. Hooks underscore n underscore glitter. I ordered a hook from them and I think it's getting shipped like tomorrow. So I'm really excited to have that. It is a 5 millimeter hook. And it's like I think it's pink, blue, and yellow glitter, all like gradient, like in a gradient. I think that's what it's called, something like that. But I'm really excited to get that. It's my first resin crochet hook because normally I just use these hooks, which are just the random cheapest ones from Michael's. Um, I hate the ones with the grips. Um, at least me personally, I hate them because actually not because of the hook itself, but because of the grip. I cannot stand how it feels. Like I know that's just a me problem. Um, like I just don't like things that feel a certain way. But like I have these hooks like from the Woobles. Actually, this one's okay. But the ones that don't have like this one, it doesn't have the fancy wrap. I don't like how it feels. I really don't like how it feels. Um, and I don't know what it is about the material it's made out of, but I can't stand it. I hate it. So I'm excited to have my resin one. Um, no, you're good. I was just talking about how I ordered a resin crochet hook. Um, but yeah, I can't stand those like grippy ones. Just me problem. But so yeah, I'm excited for my new hook to come in. Hopefully that will be good. Um, and yeah, if it is good, I want to order one in a few other sizes as well. But I want them to be like different colors, so they're all just like a little bit different, you know? I feel like it's more fun for them to all be different than for them all to be the same. But that's just me. All right, and we are done with our other ear. Boom. And now we can start on the other head part and move into the body part as well. But I might need to go get more water in a little bit. That won't take long. Just a few seconds probably. I mean, not seconds. Maybe like a minute or two, you know? But feel like my desk is a little bit of a mess right now, but it's okay. Oops. Accidentally did a slip stitch instead of a single crochet. That's my bad. I didn't even do it like knowingly. I just kind of slipped off my hook, you know? All right. Stitch marker time. When it's like so few stitches, I don't even use a stitch marker. It's just easier for me if I don't. I'd rather redo it than use a stitch marker. Um, then we cut off the tail as well. And I chucked that black yarn piece earlier, but I'm pretty sure it went past the little container I have for my yarn scraps, so I might have to get up to go grab that. We'll find out, I guess. Sorry, that's my um computer. I swear I turned that off. Oh, I bet it was just the ones that were coming through my phone. No, but that also came through my phone. Maybe I'll just, if I turn the volume off, does that also apply for notifications? I guess we're gonna find out, because I low-key have no idea. Um, yeah, that is fair, that is fair. I've never used Parfait Chunky before. I usually use either acrylic, um, it's usually just Michael's brand, or Big Twist. They're almost identical. This is, I think, Big Twist. It's Big Twist, it's not value. It's like the big, like 1 pound thing of it, because I use it for Christmas trees in the winter. Um, but I usually use Bernat blanket for like all my fluffy things. What am I doing? One, two. Okay. I just kind of started going and I didn't actually look at what the pattern told me to do. I do that a lot, unfortunately. I have heard really good things about Parfait Chunky though, so except I feel like people always say that it sheds, and it's also pretty expensive. But I guess Bernat Blanket is more expensive than Parfait Chunky, I feel like. Bernat Blanket's pretty expensive. Or a lot of the time I do also use Demi Pearl and Posh Pearl from Michaels, from the Loops and Threads brand, I think it's called. Something like that. Um, that yarn is a really nice yarn also. Okay, good. I got a notification, but it didn't make the sound, so that means it worked. All right, and now we have our repeat round, so we'll use our little pop it with our bubbles up here. You should be able to see that. Yeah, you can. Oh, that's fair, yeah. I I don't have a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby in my town because my town is like so small. We like the only stores we have is like a grocery store, a teeny tiny one, and $2 stores for some reason. And that's literally all the stores we have here. So, but like I think the Michael's is about 20 minutes away and the Hobby Lobby is right around there as well. Oh wow. That is a lot of grocery stores. I don't know what Publix is, but yeah, that's a lot of grocery stores. Did I? One, two, three, four, five. Okay, I got distracted. But it's okay. I usually just go to Michael's because it's the most convenient, really. Um, for me at least. They have like the premier, I think it's like only chenille, just chenille, something like that. At uh at the dollar store, but I really don't love that yarn that much. I don't like how it feels. And it's also a lot smaller than like Bernat Blanket and Posh Pearl and Demi Pearl and stuff. Okay. That makes sense, yeah. Alright. One more round to go before we switch to brown. Let's not accidentally skip around this time, because then this one won't take as long. I really enjoy doing these streams. It kind of like gives me something to do because I'm gonna probably be crocheting either way. Um, because usually I record it too. I don't record from this angle for my videos, but I do record my videos like almost 24/7, I'll be real. Um, if I'm crocheting, I'm probably recording, you know. But anyways, where was I going with this? Oh, I'm having a lot of fun like streaming because it gives me like I can interact with you guys while I'm also getting stuff done. So, yeah, it's a win-win, really. And then time to attach the brown. Okay, and then after this round, I will tie it and cut it, but I want to do this round first, just because that's how I do stuff, I guess. Brown yarn, let's see. The main things I make with brown yarn are baby Yodas, turtles, and owls. I just made an owl recently. Unfortunately, I don't have it in here. The pattern is by Crochet by Jenna. Um, and it's a really good pattern. But yeah, that's probably what I would recommend. I don't really use a whole ton of brown yarn either, I'll be honest. Um, but that's what I usually use it on. And I do sell a decent amount of owls, so they they're pretty quick to make and they sell pretty good at my markets at least. I can't assure the same for yours, but all right, let's tie it. Let's get these out of the way because it's all just getting tangled. And then this round is the round that I accidentally skipped last one. So let's not do that again, shall we? All right, and then we can cut it. Boom, done. Done with the green. Yeah, no problem. I think that owl will be in my next video or the one after. I haven't quite decided when that video is going up. Oops, I almost just skipped that round again, even though I literally just reminded myself of it. I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember. I don't get it, but that's okay. I think my brain just kind of skips over it for some reason. Again, not really sure why, but who even knows? This is where we will go back in, like, after we finish the rest of it to add the little collar. It is a pretty easy to forget round, I guess, which is why I did last time, but we got it this time and we're good. We're absolutely locked in. Although, unfortunately, I don't think I will have enough time to make another one after this, but I tried. And then this is the round where we'll add the arms. Oops. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now we have the arms, which are just bobble stitches. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can do the other arm. I just popped that last bubble because I forgot to, and it was bothering me. To be honest with you. I think I'm gonna put it back up where I had it in a second, but we can finish this arm. Um, I don't know why that guy is not straightened out, but it is now. If anyone has any questions or just wants to say hi or anything you want me to talk about, feel free to leave it in the chat. I try to respond to everything I see, so And then I think it's half double crochets. Yes, it is. I don't think I skipped anything this time, so let's just hope that that is the case. I mean, it looks the same. No, it doesn't. Did I seriously skip something? Yeah, I did. I literally did. That's so annoying. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is with this pattern, but I just cannot stop skipping stuff. And it was two different things. Maybe I was just too focused on not skipping one thing that I just skipped the other. I don't know. Luckily, I noticed that when I did. Jeez. Sadly, I don't think I can put these on my Etsy just because of the like copyright issues. So unfortunately, I think these are like an in-person only type of item, which is sad because I feel like they would do really good on my Etsy. And I don't actually know that for a fact. I'm just speaking from what I think is true. So maybe I can put them on my Etsy. I have no idea, but I'll figure that out later. If I can, I will, but I don't think I can. I don't really want copyright issues because that's just a lot to deal with. And now we do the half double crochets. I even checked before I started doing that round. I literally checked to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I didn't think I did, but I did. Jeez. Okay. It's fine. We've recovered. We've fixed it. We didn't let it get the best of us. We good. I probably could sell them as like green goblins. That would probably work. Um the only issue is like searchability. It wouldn't really be very searchable. Um but I definitely could do that if people are asking for them. So that is a good idea. Thank you for that idea. Because I feel like that's what this pattern was listed as, like a green goblin. Um, so, or maybe it was Yoda because it was free. I don't know. I don't remember. But that is definitely a good idea. Okay, and now we go into the triple, or not triple, the third loop. Because that you can do that with half double crochets. It's a little bit weird like that. Um, the first one is always a little bit difficult, but once you get the first one, the rest are easy. There we go. Because then you just go in a line from there. You would think after I've made so many, I would like almost memorize the pattern by now. Because I do that with like most of the other patterns I make, but for some reason this one I just cannot get in my brain. Oops. We're almost done with this one. So after this round, we will stuff it, and then we will sew it up, and then we will sew on the ears, and then the embroider the eyes, and then we'll be good. So yeah, almost done with this one. Let's stuff. Let me grab some stuffing. This might be enough, or I might need a little bit more. We gotta find out. Okay. Then I'm gonna do one more round and then finish stuffing it. Because it's a little bit hard to judge, at least for me, at this point. So I need to do one more. It's just a little bit easier. It looks like a circle, but don't worry. It'll be better. It's a little bit of a trust the process moment here. All right. We can cut off our yarn. There is stuffing everywhere, but that literally happens every single time I do it. So might need a little bit more stuffing. Can't tell yet. We can kind of squeeze it into shape a little bit. Um, yeah, I think we need a little bit more. All right. I think that's gonna be good enough. And if I change my mind, I can still stuff it a little bit before I fully close it up. Sorry, you probably can't see that very well. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm just so indecisive, it's crazy, bro. Go in there. I need this. It's being naughty. Let's see, do you think YouTube is worth it? Yes. I think that YouTube is worth it. It's free. I mean, essentially, like, you need something to record on, you need, like, something to do. So, I mean, technically it's not free, but it it kind of is free if you know, like, you don't actually have to pay anything to start a YouTube channel. So me personally, yes, I do think that it's worth it. My first Etsy sale came from a YouTube viewer. Um, So I think it's a definitely a good way to just kind of like get people to like see what you do. And kind of just put yourself out there. And in the future, it's a long future, but in like quite a while, you can earn money from it. And then it's even more worthwhile. But even right now, I don't make any money off of YouTube. I am not monetized at all. And I still do think that it's worth it. Just purely for um people being able to see that I have an Etsy, see like what I make, um and stuff like that. And honestly, I would do YouTube no matter what, I think. Not even just to put my business out there, but also just because I really, really love YouTube and I like creating things for people. Um like my Minecraft videos, those don't bring anyone to my business. I just do those for fun because it's like a genuinely fun thing for me to do. But yes, I think for especially the business part, YouTube is definitely worth it. To use kind of like as a free marketing tool, I guess. Um, just like how you could use like TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, in a similar way, if that makes sense. We're just doing the collar now. I don't think I ever actually, mentioned that I was doing the collar, but it's the collar. I feel like this one is maybe a little bit bigger, but I can't really tell, I guess. We can compare them in a second. Then I'll just do a little slip stitch over here. Boom. Okay. And now we can weave in the ends, tie them up, all that good stuff. And then we'll do the ears, and then we'll do the eyes. And then that will be it for the stream. But don't worry, it'll still take me a little bit. And I'm planning on streaming sometime next week. It will not be Wednesday, and it will not be Thursday. Besides that, I have no idea what day it'll be, but I at least know that it won't be either of those days because I'm busy those days. Um, it might be the weekend, but it just kind of depends how I'm feeling next week, to be honest with you. Because I have school next week, which not excited for that, but can't get out of it. We can get that not hidden. Put these in the stuffing bin. Get all this stuffing off my desk. Jeez, I don't know if the camera will focus on it, but it's everywhere. It's also just like floating around in the air, all the like the little tiny like fibers of it. But it's okay. It's fine. Probably not great to be breathing in, but I also don't really care. All right, and then we do the ears. Okay, I think right here will be good. I feel like I'm sewing these on a little bit differently to how I sewed on the other ears, but I don't really think it matters that much. I mean, it all looks very similar anyways, so that is the wrong stitch. There we go. And then I think that is this ear done. Also, I apologize. You guys really can't see very well. Um, but I can't really do anything about the lighting part of it, which is the problem, I think. All right, there's that ear. We'll take care of the tail in a moment. These Yodas are really fun to make, at least for me. I mean, not everyone likes making the same things, but I personally really enjoy these. I definitely should have left a little bit longer of a tail for this one, but it's okay. I wasn't really thinking about it when I cut it, and then I instantly regretted it. But it's fine. It's fine. We are gonna make do with what we have, and we are gonna do perfectly fine. It's gonna be just like the rest of them. Okay. And now we can sew these together. I do want to weave this one in a little bit though, like a little tiny bit, because that's all I can do, but it's fine. Okay. And now we'll sew it just to make sure nothing bad happens. Okay. Alrighty, let me try and find that piece of black yarn that I threw, or maybe a different one. Um, Give me like a minute. Alright, I have no idea if this is the same one or a different one, but I have one. So, alright. And I think we're just gonna do the same thing. So this row, and we're just gonna kind of do one and then try and make the other look similar, because that worked last time. Let's see. I think maybe here. Or maybe. Nope. Maybe not, actually. Maybe here instead? Ew. Why is it doing that? I don't know why I said ew. I think that was kind of just, I don't know. I don't really know why I said that. Yeah, that looks good. I think it's definitely a different yarn than the other one, but that's fine. It's still acrylic, it's still black, it's still very close to the same color. So, boom. And not everything has to be the same anyways. This one can still be used, so, because I'm a hoarder like that. But it's fine, it comes in handy. I didn't throw that one. I made sure it went in the basket. It's not really a basket, but alrighty. And that is both of my little Yodas finished. Um, I don't know if I will do like another stream about the other two Yodas that I wanted to do because I just didn't have time today. But I want to do them in like the bigger like blanket sized yarn. I think it's maybe Demi Pearl and Burnette Blanket are the yarns I have. Um, I know they turned out so cute. I'm glad you think they're cute too. Um, but yeah, so I think I might do another stream maybe like in a few days. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for hanging out today. It was a really, really good stream. I had a lot of fun making these, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Um, and yeah, that's kind of it for today. Um, so yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Um, and I will see you in my next stream or my next video or just whenever I see you next, I guess. Bye!